Hey guys, Tim the cameraman here. I do the shooting and editing for the Shade Tree Gunsmith. We ran into a little bit of an audio snafu today while we were recording, but now we get the awesome opportunity to listen to Bill do a voiceover for the first time. Sometimes these things happen, little technical difficulties and whatnot, things like that. But you take a challenge and you turn it into an opportunity, and that's exactly what we did here today. So without further ado, I'm going to pass it over to Bill. You guys have a wonderful night.
Bill Nichols, Shade Tree Gunsmith and the Leatherworks. Well, we're back at you again today, and we told you that we would be doing a little bit of airbrushing. The people that we had set up to interview, they called us right at the last minute and said they had to cancel. So I guess we thought we'd just, throw a little bit of tips and tricks on airbrushing in here. So that way, you could kind of see how easy and how in 15 minutes I could teach you how to airbrush. So if you can sit right there and just watch this, we're going to show you here in just a second what to do and some of the little techniques to do to practice on, and then that way you'll be able to paint just about anything you want. Okay, right here, we're going to demonstrate the dagger stroke. Some of them call them a rat tail. And this is essential when you're airbrushing. I mean, you got to learn how to do this most of all. So here we are demonstrating, the dagger stroke. It starts out thick, goes thin, looks just like a knife or a rat tail, whichever one you want to call it. Here's a little closer of it. Practice going right, practice going left. And with this, that is essential when you're making a starburst. See, we're going down, see, we're going right, going left, caddy corner, and there's your starburst. Every bit of it is with a rat tail or a dagger stroke, whichever one you want to call it. But you definitely need to practice that. And what we're doing, we're narrating this. We had a little audio trouble, and we get it fixed. We could have redone it. We just figured we'd just talk over top of it, and explain to you, what's going on here with the airbrush. And then, that's why you probably see it. It's just a little different than normal, but, we'll get through it. And when I talk about practicing, I'm talking about, get to where you can do 10,000 of them, and then you'll have them down pretty pat. I believe that's how many I did. We're going to turn this around upside down, and then that way, we'll show you, some thick, thin, in your writing. And what it is, it's thin when you're going up, thick when you're coming down. Just make circles. Just keep it continuous. Just thick, thin, thick, thin. And I've probably done a whole sheet. I'm talking about a king-size sheet full of these things. And then that way, when you're writing a name, we'll write Tim's name down here. And as we go, we put the thick thin in it. A lot of airbrush artists, they'll just ride it across. Then they'll go back and they'll thick it up a little bit. But to me, that's just double the work when you can just, thick thin it as you're doing it. See, now we're going back and we're thickening them up a little thicker. But see what I'm saying? That's just double the work. When, if you just do the thick thin on anything you write, then that will bring it out, right the first time. You don't have to go over your work, and straighten it up. Same way when you do scroll work. When you're going down, you're going thick. When you start up with your scroll work, you get thinner. Gives it some body, gives it some accent. And there's all kinds of materials that you can use. Just like a piece of Scotch-Brite. You tear it and use the edge of it to make clouds. As we're demonstrating right here. Now, if those were in something besides black, but right now we're just on white, and I'm not changing too many colors. So we're just doing everything in black just to kind of show you some of the stuff that you could use when you're airbrushing to make your airbrushing easier and more productive. And then you can always use highlights, on your lettering or anything else like that. I mean, see here now we're doing like a banner strip on the top of it and the bottom. And here I'm showing how you can make a bubble in the water. Now you got to visualize that a bubble will float upwards. The air on the inside of it is pushing it up, which it'll be thinner in that bubble, than what it would be. Most time I do these in blue, and so I do a darker blue, with the light in the thin spot. But you got different size for different bubbles, and stuff, and that's what we're doing here, just demonstrating on how to do a bubble. We took just a lid and set it down on some felt that we can get at Hobby Lobby. It's felt board, and you can buy the felt board for about 99 cents a board, and it's 1 foot by 2 foot and about 1/8 inch thick. And what I use is just a soldering gun, or it's not a gun, it's just a soldering pencil. And then I just cut everything out with it because it melts it tremendously fast. Just as fast as you can write, it'll melt it, And you can make your templates out of it. The holes in this, I just set a lid on it, just went around the lid real quick, and that was it. Knocked it out. Of course, we're doing bigger ones, small ones, and everything. Now we can get a little bit of other paint and stick in there, But I'm just trying to show you, just out of using little stuff, you can make a t-shirt, sells for $10, $15 at drop of a hat, and it won't take you, once you get used to using it, it won't take you 3 minutes to make the shirt. And I don't know about your math, but my math, I make $10 in 3 to 4 minutes. That's pretty doggone good. I mean, just one right after another. And, but like I said, I'm using the black. You can highlight all this with different colors. Right here, I'm demonstrating how you take a popsicle stick and you put the tip of that down at it and you start spraying it and then going around. What it does that splatter look. And we'll turn this around. Hopefully you can see the splatter on it as we go around. But it gives it that splatter look. And also, if you're doing a lot of shirts, I used to do it looked like concrete and had cracks in it and everything. Then I'd put the people's name across the top, like the boys and the girls on the bottom, or the girls on top, the boys on the bottom, or whatever, and insinuate that their love was concrete solid. And I done the look of the concrete with just a popsicle stick and black paint. And then I would kind of go over it with a little bit of light gray, to make it look more like concrete. And then the cracks in it, I would go over them in black and edge them in white, and it give it a real good effect. And like I say, it wouldn't take long to do it. Mainly I was just writing the names, and then in between them, I done that concrete, and with the little inscription, on both sides of it, our love, concrete, solid, and I sold the hound out of them. And right here, we're just doing a little bit of highlights here and there, just different color, just to show that you can bring, color into it, and just out of something simple. And it looked good. Now we're going to use just a little bit of, I believe, purple. We're going to squirt it out there a little bit in our canister and make sure it's working. And we're going to start it. And right off the bat, I thought for a minute there it was blue. And I had to ask the cameraman, what color is that? And he told me it was purple. But, sometimes with my eyesight and the lighting and stuff, we got new lighting, by the way. And, I hope it works out. We were doing this in my bedroom where, my airbrush stuff's set up at. There's not a lot of room in there. I guess it would have been better if we'd have had two lights, but we just kind of, we didn't want the camera picking up our looks too much. We didn't want to have to buy another camera. Long as I keep side view to it, I guess it's all right. I don't guess it'll crack that lens. I think it already blowed the speaker, though.
Hey, Tim the cameraman here one more time. Just wanted to say thank you very much for being patient with us and dealing with this technical issue that we had here for this video. These type of things don't happen very often, but when they do, you turn around and you make the best of it and do what you can. And that's what we did here today. And we had the wonderful opportunity of listening to Bill do a great voiceover. Sound's going to come back here in a couple seconds, so I'll let Bill take you out. Again, thank you very much for your patience, and we hope you enjoyed the video.
Now, say we want to cast a shadow or something right here, just real little. There. Looks like a shadow back there. Or you can drop it down lower, whatever. But I mean, just there's numerous things around the house, laying around the house, just like the Scotch Brite, and the clouds there. You do it in that, and then you want to say you come back with the same one, and you want to drop it down here just a little under it. Yeah. And we can put clouds anywhere. And you don't have to spray the whole, just a little bit here and there, and then come in here a little heavier. See? It just, there's so many tricks and stuff, just like in the ocean. I made the ocean waves the other day. We could come in here just anywhere and just start, right along the edge, drop it down, come up. There we've got ocean waves in there. So I mean, I'm hoping that this helped someone, out here that's thinking about airbrushing, and it's real super easy once you get the hang of the thick thin, and do your little exercises here. These, you can do what teaches you to get eye control, and that's really hard on me because of I know you have heard me talk about the accident that I was in and it messing up my eyes, but I know as kids you used to do it, but that's the dot, dot, like that. Just go and do the dots, then connect them. This gives you eye control. Come up here, this one, see I just missed that one. Up here, here, this and here to say, that nowhere, just go back and forth, just do a whole sheet of that, It'll give you a lot of self-control as far as the airbrush itself. And which I was also working down out of my range down here because I'm used to working up here. And another thing too, I just realized that I had never told you anyone about it, is if you ever noticed when I'm airbrushing, I'm holding two hands. What it is, I'm working just like this. If you go like this now, it's kind of hard to control that because you've got a lot of excess movement in your elbow on that. But if you got something else sturdy in it, it's just like shooting a gun. You pull it up there, bam. Same way with an airbrush. You want to go there, you shoot there. You want to go here, shoot here. You want to go here, shoot there. I've got control because I'm holding it with both hands. So that's about it for right now. On this small, short tutorial, but that's just a few things that you can do. I use felt board. Now I get this at Hobby Lobby. It comes in a 2-foot by 1-foot piece, and I take a little soldering iron and cut it with it, because you get soldering iron hot and it's just like butter. Zip, 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 zip. I cut the circles out with it. You can see how nice the circles are. Everything. But they did a lot of little tricks that you can use like that, and you can also buy. Let's see, I had one out here. Here you go. Right here's one. It's factory stencils. Get you a stencil up there. Say we want to go down here. We want to highlight. In there. See, it's a nice, pretty design. If you do somebody's name and you want to do that under it or something like that, you can do it, the name in one color, and do that in something else, some other color. But anyway, it's been real and it's been fun. And here we are after the New Year's. I hope and pray that this finds everybody safe and that you didn't get in trouble. But now all we're doing is just we're hoping this COVID thing will leave. We've got some more gun videos coming up. Got more airbrushing videos coming up. And just small tutorials and stuff like that. We've still got that one coming up for the armed forces. And I've talked to another guy that's was in the military, and he's going to come, and we're both just going to sit and talk about it, and explain things to a lot of you, what the stripes are, I know you probably heard some people say an E4. Well, an E4 is either a specialist or a corporal. So it's just we'll explain all that to you, and we're doing it in honor of the armed forces, and mainly I'm doing it in honor of the cavalry units. And so, but anyway, back to the airbrushing. We've had a good time again, and we've not cracked any jokes this time, and we're not sitting on a crack. So I guess maybe that's why, I don't know, but I can't believe my girls has really done a good job of just laying there and behaving themselves. But I guess I told them, if you guys don't behave yourself, I ain't gonna give you no treat. So I guess they figured they wanted a treat. But anyway, have a good one, and we will catch you later.